We're recording remotely.
I'd like to just inform everyone we are being recorded.
Cheers. Who the fuck thought it was a good idea to start a podcast in a global pandemic?
Hello, welcome back to Amapods. This is literally the second day in a row that we've been recording.
I know, it's good.
It's good for us, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it.
How are you doing today?
Not too bad, thanks. Same shit, different day.
Yeah.
But also, completed a jigsaw puzzle, which I never thought I'd say as a 26-year-old woman.
I think that's prime time to do a jigsaw, to be honest.
I got my colouring books out as well. That's helped.
I have a colouring book somewhere from when I was in labour with Faye, and it literally... it's like a colouring page, but then it's a writing one as well, so you can like log how your day's been when you're colouring. I was writing, I've been induced and there's a woman in here with her husband, even though I was told that we weren't allowed to have any partners past 9 p.m, and there's another woman here that won't stop fucking snoring, and it's literally that.
Is that it?
Yeah.
You won't stop fucking snoring.
And I haven't touched the book since. Sorry Stacey, you brought it for me for that moment, but obviously I was just in too much pain to do it.
And obviously annoyed by everyone else around you.
Yeah, fucking snoring, bitches.
Got a mermaid book somewhere, a mermaid colouring one, from Dave from Christmas years ago. And I remember once we had it was our first argument when we were both in the flat about his ex-wife.
Oh, shock. What problems do you have in your relationship? Oh, just my ex.
Literally. And I packed my stuff and left, but by packing my stuff, I literally packed my colouring pencils and my colouring book in a bag and left. I left everything else. I was like, fuck you, I'm out, and took my mermaid colouring book.
Because that's the essential, isn't it?
Priorities. And then I sat outside on the curb and coloured them in. It was like 4 a.m.
Oh my god.
Oh, adulting. It's wonderful.
So, do you have any good, bad, or uglies this week that have occurred?
Yes, I have some bad and some ugly. All I'm going to say is, if this will relate to a lot of people, if you owe anyone any money, just pay them back.
Oh my god, yes!
Just pay them back. It's not good. Whatever. That's
Sorry.
that one. And secondly, all I'm going to say for my ugly is, there are so many things in the world that can hurt your child. Don't be one of them. That's all. I'm leaving it as that. I'm being diplomatic. I'm rising above it.
I won't know, because if you are a mum and you're withholding your children from accessing their dad because of money, you are scum. If there are other reasons, i.e. they're abusive, i.e. they hurt the children, or they hurt you in the past, completely understand, that is valid. If you are withholding them just because you want the money, scum.
And all I can say as well, the system is so flawed.
Oh, God, yeah.
Like, Dave's CSA payments went down. Laura wasn't happy, and all he said was he'd like to start seeing the children again. Bearing in mind, he's been to court 7 times, paid thousands of pounds to just see his children every other weekend, and the CSA payments went down. She was saying that they were X amount each month, and they weren't, and he said that they're not. He'd continue paying what they were before, raised the issue with CSA. It took them 6 months to get back to him. The payments went down. She closed the account down. A week later, she reopened it and had more money. It just baffles me. It
literally does not make any sense. Like, I'll say it as well. I get £20 a week from Faye's dad, and that doesn't even put food on the table. You know how expensive. Even if you shop in, if like people that are going to come at me like, oh, shop in Aldi's. I shop in Aldi's, and it's still expensive. Like, it still adds up. Fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, everything, meat, protein, adds up. And yes, I work, yes, I have my own income, but I'm not the only one that made the child. So on the other hand, Dave should be paying for his children.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Absolutely, yeah.
But it shouldn't be, well, you're not seeing the kids if you don't pay me.
100%. And what hurts the most is he does pay every month without fail. He has never not paid. In the whole time Dave and I have been together, oh, this makes me feel physically sick. The whole time Dave and I have been together, he has paid his ex-wife CSA of nearly £40,000. And in the whole time Dave and I have been together, we're coming up to our 7th Christmas this year, they have stayed in our house maybe 4-5 times.
But there's a court order that he's...
There was that, and then he put an went for an enforcement order, but that was in 2019, and he saw them for an hour and a half last year. So obviously you can understand why I'm getting my goat up a little bit.
Yeah, of course.
They weren't allowed to our wedding, and I've bent over backwards.
Without literally going into this podcast just being about everything that Dave's been through, we've spoken in great deal about this, and as a mum who is co-parenting with someone else, I would kill for Faye's dad to want what Dave wants, and that's just contact with their kid. Faye sees her dad every other weekend, but it's because that's what's said. It's not because he wants to. I would rather him want to see her more.
You know, we moved house twice to accommodate this.
Yeah.
Like, it's mad. We've bent over backwards. And I met her first, which is fine. They're her children. They're not my children. I had to meet them with her there, which again is fine. They're not my children. They're her children.
But then on the same level, like, speaking of someone who's been through that recently, I wanted to meet Faye with her dad's new partner, but I didn't need to be there because she's with her dad. That's kind of, and I'll admit it, it's control.
Yeah.
Because you don't need to be there. They're with their dad. They're safe enough.
Yeah.
You don't need to be there. But out of, like, I don't know.
See, I think for me, the difference was then that Dave didn't... Oh, it's awful and it's savage to say, but he doesn't really have a relationship with his children.
Well, he can't.
So I know. So I understand why she wanted to be there, but at the same time, yeah, it is... She says to Dave all the time, you're coercively controlling this family. I think maybe one day we'll just do a whole episode on this.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe... I think I'll speak to Dave first. Delve a little deeper. I don't want to talk too much.
Have you had any good this week?
Some very good sex. I wouldn't really say like good as in like fucking amazing. Like my love's great. I've had good as in like I'm finding the good in the little things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I'm stepping back, so I get in my head about everything a lot, and like I've not picked up any overtime this weekend. I'm actually taking this time to just be me,
which is
really
good.
Weird, but
I don't know if you'll notice, but again, Millie sadly isn't with us because she is struggling at the moment, and again we're just sending her lots of love, and hopefully she will rejoin us.
So what about you, Abs? Any good, bad, ugly?
Do you know what? I don't actually know what I've even done this week.
That's what I said. Like, it's hard, isn't it? When you look back and you think...
Oh my god, I've got a bad, but it's a good at the same time. So I went shopping with Faye.
Yeah.
And I don't normally do the food shopping. Normally Jess goes. And, sorry. So I had to take Faye, and she was sitting in the trolley, which is fine. We ended up getting more than I expected to, but I kept on picking stuff up because I just started a new diet. But it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle change.
I love that you quickly say that.
Because I knew you'd be like, it's not a diet!
It's a lifestyle change.
Yeah. So the scan and go wasn't working, which is one hurdle that I had, because it gives me really bad anxiety going to checkout, because I don't feel like I'm packing it quick enough. Scan and go wasn't working, so that was my first fuck. Then I go to pay, and I tried the joint account, and I'm like, shit, what's the PIN number? Can't remember it. So then I'm like, oh, it's alright, I'll use my card. And I'm like, fuck, what's this PIN number? Couldn't remember PIN numbers whatsoever. And there was this little old lady, she must have been 70, pushing 80, like, easily. And she was like, don't worry, I'll pay for it. And I was like, you can't pay for it, it's £69.
69? Oi, oi! Sorry!
Yeah, £69. I was like, no, you can't pay for it. She was like, it's fine. Everyone needs help these days, it's fine. And I was like, no, I was literally almost in tears. I was shaking, and Faye was like, mummy, let's go. And I was like, I can't go. So she paid for the shopping, and I hung around and I helped her pack hers, and I was like, please, can I transfer the money back to you? Like, I've got online banking. She was like, no dear, don't worry, like, I don't do online banking, you just keep it, you've got a little one. And I was like, please let me transfer the money back to you now. I was absolutely mortified. I literally got in my car and cried. And that's what's a good and a bad. It was bad because the experience, my anxiety, I was like, whoa.
But it was good because someone came to your rescue.
How kind is that?
There's not enough people in the world that would do stuff like that.
And
it was a lot of money as well. It's a lot of money.
Yeah. Like, obviously I don't know her background. She could be a billionaire for all I know. Yeah. But £70 is £70 these days. So I was just like, oh my god. Ugly wise, have I had anything ugly happen this week? No. Don't think I have, you know.
No? No, nothing with Faye, nothing.
No shit this week.
Nice.
No shit.
We live for that. I'll drink to that. Ching ching. Oh, I wish this was alcohol. Do you know what? I don't really drink alcohol at all, but every now and then I think, yeah, let's get a little bit wavy.
Why is he feeding my kid cabbage?
What?
Why is he feeding my kid cabbage?
What is that? Bring it closer to the camera so I can see.
It's pork, but it looks like glazed pork, obviously rice, and cabbage.
Cabbage and tomato?
Yeah.
Does he not know that that's a cabbage and not a lettuceberg? A lettuceberg. Iceberg lettuce. Are you sure there's not any alcohol in this? Jeez. It's only Pepsi Max.
Why'd you give that to a 4-year-old for lunch? I thought it was chicken wings to begin with. Right.
Let's rock and roll. What's next on our list?
Favourite sexual experience. So, how many people have you slept with? I've only slept with like 6 people.
God, I've slept like 30.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I don't think that's bad. I was watching live TikToks today, and there was this 16-year-old girl, and she'd slept with 33 people.
Okay, no, that's a bit. Yeah.
Obviously,
I'm 26.
Yeah, exactly.
But then I have been in a relationship with Dave since I was 20.
Okay, you hoe!
I actually think it's like 26 people or something like that, but I just round
well,
up.
forever you've been alive.
Woohoo!
Okay, so in all of your sexual experience in the past, what has been the favourite encounter that you've had? So, obviously, you can have sex and the sex be good, but the experience not be the best. So, like, you could just have sex and, like, or you could have, like, the big lead up to it and, like...
Because I was literally going to say one of my favourite... It's not... basically, my first boyfriend... Sorry, mate. Farted and then came, and I thought it was the most funniest thing in the whole entire world. Like, honest to God, I fucking cried. I told my mum. He was mortified. I was like, you'll never guess what? Crying.
Oh my God.
So that always.
So that's your
springs
funniest
to mind.
experience.
No,
but...
oh, yeah, I think that probably is the funniest. Probably the first night I met Dave because I'm a hussy.
Yeah.
And well, it was just great. The lead up to it was good, like, because obviously it was online.
And there was a lot of anticipation.
Yeah, a lot. And then when I first saw him, I was like, oh.
Daddy!
Yeah, when I first saw him, I was like, oh, damn. Like, oh. He, like, made me quiver.
Do you still get that, though?
What, when I look at him?
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. The other day, he brought the dog up to work, and he's on the Vinted hype like I am. Big up Vinted. And he bought himself some Timberlands on. And he was wearing them with his new jeans that he got from there as well, and a jacket that he got from there too. He had his sunglasses on, and he'd like the day before he'd like freshly shaved his head, so like the sun was bouncing off of it.
I love a freshly shaved head.
Oh, and then he just walked over to me.
So the sun was bouncing.
Yeah, but he just I don't know. I saw him and I was like, you look so fucking
fanny
fit.
flutters.
I had to say to him yesterday, I said, does it annoy you that I literally am like, I just fancy you so much? So I say it to him all the time. I'm like, I just think you just fit as fuck. Like,
does it annoy him?
No. It doesn't.
Does he think the same about you though?
You're fit. He's just like fancy you or like squeeze my bum or whatever. Because I'm let's be fair, I'm not really that fit, am I? I'm just a bit wobbly, but we move.
I want to reach through the laptop screen and knock you out.
Oh yeah, no, he is. He does all the time. I always say to him, "You give me fanny flutter," and he says, "You give me cock wobble." Yesterday I come up with a new one. I was like, "Yeah, you give me minge twinge," and he was like, "What?" I think I really threw him, but yeah,
he didn't know what
I just fancy him. I just fancy him so much.
That's good though. Because were you scared? Like, I think I asked you this question actually. Like before you got married, that it was going to change once you were married.
No, it's better. It's so much better now we're married.
Really?
Oh, I fancy him so much more. This is so weird.
To say he's your husband?
No, when I see his hand with his wedding ring on, I think, oh, like, oh. Do you know what I mean? I think, oh, I just fancy her, especially if he's got a watch and his wedding ring on. Whew. I don't know what it is, but he's just fit. I just fancy him.
Are you okay?
Oh, I'm getting a bit of fanny flutter.
Do you need to leave this call?
Let me go get my vibrator. I'm joking.
Let me go get my husband.
David! Where is he? He's not back yet.
Where's he gone?
To the shop to get my mum a frame for her Mother's Day thing because the frame broke.
Oh no. And Marmite hot cross buns.
Oh yeah.
Yuck. I hate Marmite.
I love Marmite. Pardon me. Do you know if you make beef stew, put Marmite in it and thank me later? You cannot taste the Marmite. It just brings out the beef flavour.
I may have to try that.
Honestly, I swear to God, Dave doesn't like Marmite, and I make it like that all the time. Stew.
Right, back to it. So your favourite sexual experience was the first night you met Dave?
Oh my God, yeah. All night long.
I think, and I'm really sorry, Mum, I think having sex with an older man is so different to having sex with someone your age.
Something I was listening to this last week, they said it on there. Or was it the TV? It was a TV. It was Sexual Attraction last night. Is it Sexual Attraction? Naked Attraction.
Oh my God, that programme is something else.
We don't watch it. We were doing the jigsaw puzzle, but it just came on in the background. And they said on there that women prefer older men because it's so much better. There was like a study.
I think it's because they don't care as much if you have hair on your vagina. They don't care if you've got stretch marks. Most of them have kids, so they've probably at some point in their life seen a woman have a child.
Yeah.
They just don't care as much, and oh my God, don't they know how to use it? And I always think that an older man's penis is bigger than a younger man's.
Because they just get older and wiser.
And bigger.
Yeah, the wisdom just fills the
fills
penis
the cock.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God. I'm getting all hot and flustered. But yeah, my favourite sexual experience would probably be... See, I love sex, but I prefer the build-up. I prefer sucking a dick and then, like, beating it out and then I'll obviously have sex because that's what comes after it. But I prefer the suspense of, oh my God, is it going to happen now? Oh no, they're making me wait more. Yeah. So that's my favourite, like, in general.
Like the tease.
Yeah. And I love being tied up. Oh God.
We used to have handcuffs under the mattress.
Yes,
of the bed,
and the feet ones as well. Yeah, same. But now he uses them on his new partner. But yeah, I used to have the underbed one. And then ankle spreader.
A what?
An ankle spreader.
Oh, what, with a bar?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
they're
fair.
good. Because, like, literally, I'll be, like, handcuffed to the bed, ankle spread, and then just, like, flip your legs. So you have no choice but to flip. And, like, you're just, like, complete control. Gone.
Oh my God, I want them. Can you write that down? David! He's not home yet. Ankle. I'm going to Google them quickly now. Do Ann Summers do them then or not?
I don't know. My favourite online sex place is Love
Honey.
Love it.
Ankle spreaders at Love Honey. Oh wow! There's like a bondage boutique one, which is a inch wrist and ankle spreader, so you're bent over. Yeah. I think now I'm married and literally I walk around the house naked. Something like that wouldn't bother me bending over and having my rolls. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas when I was younger, I'd be like, oh God,
yeah,
no.
100% no way.
Oh, pardon me.
And I love, oh my God,
they've got thigh spreaders too.
Oh, that's strange. I've never seen that. And don't you love, like, wearing stockings? Don't you think it just turns them on even more?
When I said to Dave, when he comes back, like, look on Love Honey, see if there's anything he wants, he was like, no, just stockings and baby oil. Okay.
Love that.
Nice and cheap.
Stockings, pair of heels, done.
Yeah.
Literally, done.
Yeah. But...
And you also need to try one of the body stockings. Because I know you're like, oh no, because I look like a fucking gammon. But you don't. You don't have to get the ones that are big fishnets. You can get, like, hosiery ones. Like the pair of stockings, right, but the whole body. That was a good. So, what's the craziest experience has left you like, fuck, I'm with a crazy person, or fuck, I'm the crazy person?
I don't know. I actually don't think there really is any.
Oh, come on, you've got to
No,
have
honestly, ask me the question again.
But I can't remember the question.
Crazy experiences.
So what's the craziest experience outside of sex that you've either had with Dave or an ex that's then made you think, fuck, am I the crazy person, or are they just fucking batshit?
I've been quite fortunate I've not really had any batshit crazy people.
Does that even make sense? Does the question make sense?
I mean, there was one point with my last boyfriend, but who wasn't actually my boyfriend because he couldn't commit, and that was a red flag, and I didn't think it was a red flag, where he was like splitting up with me, and he lived on the Isle of Wight, and I travelled over there, and I just thought it was fucking rude, do you know what I mean? He could at least travel to me to break up with me and fucked it off. And I remember like begging him not to do this, and then all of a sudden, like, I came over myself, not like that. something came over me, and then I was like, hang about, I'm a strong bitch. I was like, literally, I remember being like, actually, no, take me to the ferry now. I'll go now. I've had enough. I don't want to see you ever again.
Yes, girl. I'm the same though. I always got told I was crazy. But I was the same, like, constantly, like, no, don't do this, like, let's be together, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, bye.
I'm really lucky that Dave and I, we don't argue. Like, I mean, argued before about his ex-wife. Don't be that person. I hate the fact that he has an ex-wife, obviously, because she's crazy.
But it's not the fact he has an ex-wife, it's who his ex-wife is.
Yeah, it's the situation about it. It's been difficult. He says,
hi,
Laura. She's probably listening.
But I love an argument. Fucking love an argument. I'm such an argumentative person. It's like, no, I don't want to have sex with you tonight. Well, why don't you want to have sex with me?
Is there something wrong?
Yeah.
If there is, tell me.
Yeah. And I'd make an argument out of it. I'm the worst for it. But I just don't like relationships. So I'm just like that. I'm like, if you're in a relationship with me, bye.
See, sometimes I'll pick a fight with Dave, but he is so laid back.
It's hard to have a fight with
yeah,
him. And that makes me more angry.
And then I get really irate, and he's like, I don't know what you want me to say, babe. Just say something.
Just
like,
argue with
honestly,
me.
it fucks me off. And then I have to like go for a walk or something to calm down because I'm really fucked off. And then I end up apologising to him because once I've come down, I look back and think, I'm a crazy bitch. Yeah. I don't mean it.
I do slightly.
I do. I mean it. Just fight me sometimes, but he's just so chilled. Like,
I can't stop burping.
I know, it's the fizz.
Do you know, I was really proud of us last night. We did burp in that episode, like actually on.
I muted it.
Yeah, I
every
know.
Time I
yeah.
needed to burp. I thought last night's episode was not the place to be me.
I love a good argument. I don't know why.
Honestly, like when I used to go out, when I was like 18 and you're like the height of clubbing, you would get those girls and those boys that would literally go out to get absolutely off their rocker, find someone to fuck or pick a fight.
Yeah.
Whereas I was none of those people. I was there to get my groove on the dance floor. We'd have like shit shirt nights, you know, like go out in fancy dress, Christmas jumpers when it wasn't Christmas. That's the kind of shit that we did. We never went out. There was one night that we went out and pretended to be Australian all fucking night. Like, this is just.
I couldn't hold that up. I could not hold it up.
I mean, I'm quite good at it.
Okay, so for the next 10 minutes.
The next 10 minutes, alright. So,
hey Siri, can you set a timer for 10 minutes, please?
Good afternoon, Abby. How can I help? Your timer is set for 10 minutes.
Okay, so yeah, we used to go out and do stuff like that all the time in like Australian accents and stuff, like take the piss, and then you'd get like the groups of people that were just there to be fucking arseholes. They would just be absolute grade A bellends.
Okay.
Bellends.
Bedends.
How do you say bellends?
The
in
end of
Australian?
a penis, or
they would be arseholes. They would just be so fucking rude. And there was this one time we were in Emma's of all places.
Oh, what a treat.
And I was just like living my best life. And there was a group of girls that were like pushing into us.
Oh, I hate that.
But it's because my friend knew one of the boys that was with them, and they were like, obviously really jealous. Jealous. It's excellent. I'm thinking about it too much.
Wow, you've still got.
Oh fuck. Okay, so they were really jealous, and they like kept pushing into us. And I like let it slide. I was like, nah. Like, we'll move away, it's not even worth it. And then they just kept getting closer to us, and Emma's is really small anyway. Yeah. And in the end, the guy that we knew had bought them drinks, and literally, they pushed into us, and then like, laughing, like, oh my god, laughing. And then they went to take a swig of their drink, and I turned around and just fucking uppercutted them. Like with their glasses and their fresh drinks, and Emma's was expensive. Yeah,
like £5.60 for a single vodka and coke.
All over them, and I was like, "Don't fuck with me. I'm here for a good time, not a bad time." And then they went, but yeah, there's been quite a few times when I've had to put people in their places when I'm on a night out, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that person.
So, obviously, when there's two different types of groups when you go out, isn't there? Like you said, there's the people that go out to have a good time, there's people that go out to start trouble. But also, in life, there's two types of people. One who own up to masturbating, and those who don't own up to masturbating.
All I can say on this matter is, if I ask you the following question, if you look at the paper tissue, when you wipe your arsehole and you say no, I know you're a fucking liar. Because everybody, when you wipe your arsehole after a shit, everybody looks at toilet paper.
And if you don't, you would.
And if you don't, you're a fucking liar. You're a liar. If you say that you don't, you fucking lie. That's just straight up, you're a liar. Yeah. I actually feel like I'm full Australian now.
Do you?
This is actually really easy to do. The more you do it, the easier it gets.
Oh, you've got 5 minutes, 41 seconds
That's
left.
Fine. But yeah, it's the same concept. If you say that you don't masturbate, you're a fucking liar. Everyone has a cheeky little finger. It doesn't even have to be a finger up there.
Just a little flick.
I think that's a bit weird. Like, I've done it before and I feel like the inside feels...
weird.
It feels weird, like ribbed.
Yeah. It's not, but I know what you mean,
yeah. It feels like that. So I don't bother with that. Just have a little sensual simulation. Stimulation. Flick that bean. Twiddle that head.
So, have you ever been caught masturbating?
No. Straight up, never.
That was English.
No.
No.
No. Never.
No.
No. I don't understand. No. That's Australian.
That sounded so good.
Thank you.
I haven't either, to be fair. Never.
Never ever. There've been times like when I was younger and I used to like sit in front of my bedroom door.
Really?
Yeah, because I didn't have a lock.
Oh, okay. I never had a lock on my door either. Oh, this is off topic, but have you ever had danger sex?
What do you mean?
So, like, you know that you shouldn't really be having sex where you are, but, like, you could be caught at any moment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm not telling you, though. I mouthed that to her. If you picked it up, then good for you. But if
good
you
hearing.
didn't, then good. I can't tell you where it was.
But it wasn't somewhere you were meant to be.
Yeah, it was danger. Danger sex.
No, but I don't just mean like that. Like, when you were younger, and, like, you were having sex at your house, and, like, you knew people were in.
Oh, my God, yeah, all the time.
Really?
All the time, yeah.
Yeah.
If, like, me and my mum, we have this, like, relationship where if I had a boy around, I'd be like, I probably might have sex. Do you know what I mean? Like, straight up,
yeah.
Like, you know that I'm sexually active. I talk to you about it all the time.
Yeah.
I probably will have sex with this person. But she always had, like, the pretense of, well, I know where you are. I know what you're doing. I know who it's with. That's fine.
So it's safe type thing.
Yeah, like, she's always been like that. Even when I was a kid drinking alcohol, like, my friends, my mum, she'd let me do it. She'd buy me alcohol sometimes, not all the time. Don't want to like.
My mum would though. I'm not gonna lie. My mum used to buy me alcohol because she'd say to me, "I'd rather buy you fags and alcohol than you stand on a street corner and ask a stranger to buy you fags and alcohol."
Also, she said, "At least I know what's going in your body as well.
Mm-hmm.
I know what you're drinking. I know who you're with. I know where you're going."
Yeah.
So we had that relationship that I would be open with her, and it was trustworthy relationship. So she knew where I was all the time. I would have people over. But at least I was having sex in my own space where I was safe.
Very true.
Okay, we're back. I actually did do my full 10 minutes of an Australian accent, so I will stop. Welcome back again. Had a little pause. We had a poo. By we, I mean Abby.
We are joined by Winston, so if you hear random...
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Oh,
it's alright.
Boy, don't start barking or you go downstairs.
Right, so where were we? So I've just asked you about masturbation for the nation.
Oh, yeah.
But when you've had sex with someone, have you ever had to then masturbate to finish yourself off?
Yeah.
Commonly, or...?
No, never ever with Dave.
Is Dave a selfish sexual partner?
What do you mean?
So, like, will he always make sure that he comes before finishing you off, or will he finish you off then have sex?
No, yeah, that one. The latter. Definitely. He's very giving.
Yeah. See, I don't want to say I'm selfish, because I always make sure they come, but if I haven't come at least twice, then I'm not having sex yet.
Fair.
But I prefer to have an orgasm before I have sex.
Same.
And it's very, like, if I don't have an orgasm before I have sex, I tend not to come when I'm having sex.
You're not as relaxed or as released.
Yeah. There's quite a few people that I know that have to finish themselves off, and I just think...
What is the point?
Partners, step your game up. You're not going to... What is the point in having sex if you don't want to come?
Yeah.
What is the point in that?
Yeah.
There is no point,
it just baffles me that some people have to do that and have to do that all the time. Like, if I had to finish myself off every single time, I wouldn't bother having sex.
Exactly.
Like, what is the
that
point?
is my point. Like, why have sex if you then have to be like,
Excuse
oh,
me.
I'm going to have to go have a little quick flick in the bathtub. But can I just say one thing that really fucks me off is when you've had sex with a man, when a woman has sex with a man, that we have to then get up and clean ourselves up.
Oh
that
my
they
God.
can just roll over and go to sleep.
Can I just say, when I watch sex scenes in movies or programmes like Game of Thrones where they didn't have condoms,
Oh my God, and they lay there cuddling.
oh, how? It is dripping out of you.
And then you get up and you just feel the gush.
Dave and I do this thing where, like, obviously, we'll finish, but he has to be inside me. And then he goes, are you ready? And I'm like, oh, I'm not sure.
And then you feel it
And
come.
he's like, okay, brace yourself. 3, 2, 1, go! And it's like a race.
Yeah.
I'll race to the toilet, he'll go to the bathroom. And
But he
he'll
doesn't need to do that. He could just roll over and go to sleep. He doesn't need to go and clean himself up.
I think...
Hygiene, yeah.
Yeah, and
but
I clean myself up too.
we have to. We can't just lay in bed. We'll be sleeping in a wet patch. Basically laying in our own piss.
That's quite rank, actually.
I actually got a bit OCD about it before, and I was like, right, we need to have a towel by the pillow, we need to have a towel, so like, I'm laying on a towel because I can't sleep in wet patches, and in the end, I would make sure that when we'd finish, I'd be on the partner's side of the bed.
So he had to sleep
So he had to sleep in the wet patch, rather than me. Right, so I have come up with a little game for us to play.
Okay.
We won't play it every episode, and we're going to call it Lights On, Lights Off.
Okay.
Our 60-second sexy segment. Can you say that?
What a mouthful. 60-second sexy segment.
Yeah.
60-second sexy segment. I said it really quick.
60-second sexy segment.
60-second sexy segment.
No.
Oh, fuck.
Right, so basically, I'm going to list a few things, and I'll answer as well, because obviously...
Are we timing this for the 60
Yeah,
seconds?
I will time it,
Okay.
yeah. So, are you ready?
No.
So, lights on, lights off. I'm going to name something, and you're going to say whether you would do it with lights on or lights off. Literally that simple. Ready?
Yeah. Okay, Google. Set a timer for 60 seconds.
Sex.
On.
Lights on. Suck dick.
Lights on.
Lights on. 69.
Lights on.
Off. I would have lights off.
No.
Anal. Off.
Never.
Toys. Like someone playing with toys or you
Lights
playing
on.
with toys. On. Doggy or doggy.
Lights on.
I'd have them on as well. On top.
Lights on.
I'd have them off. Don't like it on top. Unless reverse cowgirl. On. Lights
Okay.
on. Pubic hair.
Lights on.
Lights on.
I've got a bush, mate. We all know it. Lights on.
Food involvement.
Lights on.
100%. You need to see where that cream's
Yeah.
going.
Honestly, I'm not being funny. If we're using Nutella, I want to
Do you
know.
have any? Do you have any? Go.
No, I didn't think of any.
I've read out.
Oh!
Okay. Sucking toes.
Lights off, never gonna happen.
Never gonna happen.
Socks on, socks off. Sex.
Off.
Anal.
What about it?
I don't know, I'm just list
On.
quick fire.
Yes,
It's quite
lights on.
timer.
Lights on.
Oh, there we go, 60 seconds. Whew, maybe I should have prepared some questions for that. That
Yeah,
panicked me.
But yeah, so that was the 60-second sexy segment.
I mean, it was more like 30-second sexy segment with
But-
us building it up in between, but that's good.
We got a bit excited then as well.
So, anal, never. Never done it.
Going on from that though, what have you actually, food-wise, what have you actually involved? Because I've done a few, but I haven't actually done that much.
Do you know what? Dave and I actually haven't. We've used ice cubes.
In the summer, I would use the ice for my gins, so we'd use like ice poles.
Oh, no, yeah, that's not weird.
No. Whipped cream, have you ever used whipped cream?
No. When Dave gets back, I'm going to ask him.
We should do the 60-second sexy segment on Dave.
Okay. He'll just say lights on for all of it, I reckon.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Right,
So
go.
yeah, I've used whipped cream. Not that much of a fan, because it's just very sticky.
I feel like whipped cream would just evaporate very quickly. You know when people put it in their mouth,
Yeah.
it's squirty cream, and then it's gone like real quick. It's like the
It's-
bubbles in a bar.
Yeah, it stays, but it's just very sticky.
That's not sexy. Being sticky is not sexy.
And
it
I've
makes you
had,
dirty.
yeah, and I've had like chocolate sauce from Love Honey, but it literally tasted like shit, so I like didn't really use that.
I just think if you're going to use chocolate sauce, you might as well just go and buy the ice cream chocolate sauce.
Yeah. That is sexual taboos.
Pubes.
Sexual taboos. Pubes.
Well, if we're going in with a sexual taboo, what do you mean? Like things like anal?
Yeah, and like things that are frowned upon that shouldn't be, that are like normal, I guess.
Threesomes?
Yeah, have you ever had threesome?
No.
No, me neither.
I feel like I'm like for someone who, when I was 18, like I thought it was like bees fucking knees, do you know what I mean? But now I'm 26, I think I'm actually
Quite vanilla.
I'm not as sexually experienced as I thought I would be.
But are you adventurous? Like, obviously, because you and Dave, that's your sexual partner for the rest of your life now. So, like, you need to keep
we
that
could probably
spiciness.
mix it up so much more than what we do.
Yeah.
We're not even 2 years into our married life. We've got forever to really go for it.
And it's not like I feel like you need to start spicing it up when you're starting to have, like, problems. Like, in, like, the bedroom where you're not really...
I feel like it's... I know exactly what you mean. Sometimes I'm like, we're downstairs, I'm like, come on then. Dave's like, the dog's down here, we can't. I'm like, yeah, fair enough, I don't want him to see me like that either. Sexual taboos. Go.
Yeah, so, a big one for you is anal.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's an exit.
Why?
I shit from there.
Right? Okay, so after you have a baby, you're going to be like, I can't have sex because I have a baby from there.
No, because that's different.
Why?
Because that was made to do... I don't know, it's just weird.
Does Dave ever get the, I want to do anal?
He did at first, but if you actually talk to him about it now, he's like, it actually doesn't bother me.
Yeah, because some men are proper like, oh no, why won't do anal? It's so weird. But I think just normalise it. If you want to do anal, do anal. If you don't, you don't.
But the men that say it's so weird if you don't want to do it, turn around and let me fucking stick some out your ass.
Yeah, but some men do. Some men like that.
Yeah, I suppose their G-spot. Yeah, but their G-spot's up there.
Yeah.
My G-spot isn't.
No, it's not. Have you ever had sex with someone that's never managed to find your G-spot?
Yeah.
It's so embarrassing, isn't it? You're like, oh, just a bit to the, a bit to the left.
But at least you're like confident enough to talk them
something.
through it.
Yeah, but it's just awkward.
Oh,
I
sorry.
don't think I could ever have sex with a virgin.
Oh God, no. Why do a lot of men like that? I don't understand.
Because apparently you're tighter, aren't you?
But you're
But
not,
then-
it's a muscle.
But maybe then it's the sensation, because, like, obviously if you haven't popped your cherry yet, maybe they like the sensation of popping the cherry. But most girls pop their cherry, which is actually what, hymen? Is that what it's
Pop
called?
their hymen doing things like horseback
Riding a bike.
Riding a bike, jumping into a swimming pool too hard.
Yeah, but I think men just have a fascination with that. Because I can honestly sit here and say, as a woman, I've never seen the fascination of having sex with a virgin.
No, me either. I've never. But then it wouldn't bother me either way. Do you know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, no, and I suppose sometimes you just don't even know. Like, you have sex with someone, and the first thing you think of isn't, I wonder how many people you've slept with. It should be, because sexual health matters. Do you know what?
Alright, mum.
Do you know what I mean, though?
Yeah. Oh, mate. What other sexual taboos? I don't think there are really.
But I think sex is such a normal thing, so I don't really.
He's back.
Recognise them.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, you're on the podcast.
Okay.
Oh yeah, can you come up?
Yeah.
So we're gonna do. It's a
Hi,
segment
Dave.
called Lights
Hi.
On, Lights Off.
Right.
And I'm gonna say things to you, and you got to say whether you would prefer the lights on or the lights off.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay. Sex.
On.
Sucking dick. You're not sucking dick. Having your dick sucked.
On.
69.
On.
Anal.
On.
Toys.
On.
Doggy.
On.
On top.
On.
Pubic hair. If someone had pubes, would it bother you? Think very carefully about this answer.
Wouldn't bother me, no.
Food involvement.
On.
Okay, cool. That was it.
You said that was going to be the answer, didn't
I
you?
said that he'd say on for all of it. And babe, why we need to start like getting some food involved, but nothing sticky.
Okay.
So don't go for whipped cream.
Yeah, she said that was bad.
Lasagna.
Lasagna.
Spaghetti bolognese. It's called slag bowl for a reason, right?
Yeah. Oh, you're so inventive and creative.
I can offer it.
Oh, love you. That fit today. Love you.
Have fun.
Thank you. Love you.
Love you. No.
You're so needy.
I know. I like to have my arm tickled. Sounds really weird. He's like, oh, I just need a rest. No, you don't need a rest from me.
I'm here for life.
For a reason. Here I am.
Right, now, it's bigger the hoe. Well, so one of the questions is, sorry, I didn't mean to screenshot. My phone is super sensitive with screenshots. Thank you for sending that in, but you don't get notifications when you screenshot a story on Instagram.
But thank you very much for accidentally screenshotting us.
And
really
accidentally
appreciate
saying sorry.
Yeah.
Have you read any of your book today, Amy?
No, that's my sister, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is.
Yeah.
Right. Biggest high and biggest low of the year so far. Oh, hard one.
My biggest high is obviously Dave coming home.
Yeah.
My biggest low would probably be having my first ever disagreement with Alice, like a proper one.
Yeah.
We're normally very let's talk about this properly, but we both couldn't see it from each other's points, and it took a long time, but actually we're okay now. But that was a low. Like, I cried a lot about it, and Dave was like, he said to me, you guys need to sort it out, this is ridiculous, like I'm gonna say something soon. And I was like, oh,
sorry, Dad.
Daddy. But yeah, that's probably it. Yeah,
my biggest high would probably be learning, this is really deep, learning to love myself.
That's not deep.
Why is that not deep? That's a little bit. Is that not deep?
No, I think that's important. I think everybody
Well, yeah, it's
should.
important, but it's a bit deep for the question. So yeah, learning to love myself, but also recognising the changes that I want to make rather than what I'm being told I need to make. Yeah, so that's my biggest high. My biggest low would probably be January. The whole month of January.
Yeah.
I had to isolate twice. I had a breakdown, and it was just shit. Apart from the condom sagas coming out. If you haven't listened to it, find it on Spotify
or Amazon Music, or whatever you're listening to this podcast on now.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're on YouTube too, just so you know.
We are actually, yeah. Where do you want to be in 5 years' time?
I do this to Dave all the time. Like, where do you see us in 5 years? But our big thing is we want to buy a house. Dave is, but if a kid comes first, a kid comes first. But yeah, buying a house, definitely. We've worked our asses off. So this time last year, pardon me.
That was a good one.
Thank you. This time last year, we were in between us, maybe 5 to 6 grand's worth of debt.
Mm-hmm.
Which isn't really that much debt, but still a lot of money.
Not, yeah.
But on the grand scheme of things, it's actually not that much debt between two people. But now we're between, I think it's either £13,000 or £15,000 in savings now.
Yeah.
So we've flipped it.
Yeah,
so, I think
then some.
Yeah, with a year we can then actually start looking at proper houses. But I'm very much, we live in military housing at the moment. It's fairly cheap. I don't want to go.
You don't have your council tax.
Yeah.
So when you move, you're literally going to have water, council tax, your mortgage. It's going to be a massive jump for both of you.
I've said as well that I would, if we're going to move, because we've moved twice since being together, which isn't
not
a lot, but still, we've moved from one place to one place to one place. Well, that's three times, whatever. And I would like it to be like a forever home.
I've moved 5 times since Faye's been born. 5 times.
That's mad.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
But yeah, I understand that, wanting it to be a forever home. I'm kind of struggling. What?
I'm looking for questions. Sorry.
Oh, I'm kind of struggling to answer this question because I'm in 2 minds. I kind of want to go back to college and do an access course to university to do a social work degree because I would always want it to be a social worker. But I just feel like I wouldn't graduate until I'm 30 and it's a lot. I'm kind of in 2 minds.
But I see that on Facebook before, that someone's like, well, in 5 years' time, you're still going to be 30,
Jodie
so
tagged me in it
you might as well just do it and be doing something that you love as well.
So I'm in 2 minds about doing that. I'm not going to say I'll own my own house because I can't see that happening the way that things are financially at the moment. So yeah, maybe I'll just go to uni. I don't know.
That's good though, because that's just me thinking about where I will be, as in physically, not mentally, but I love my job, but I don't want to be doing that forever. Dave always says to me, you're young enough to do whatever you want, but I don't know what I want to do. And he said to me the other day, just Google highest earning jobs and pick one of them.
Fair.
Okay.
Random fact about yourself.
I am partially deaf, and Dave ripped my nipple piercing out. That's 2 facts.
I don't know. I watch The Holiday in bed every night. I can't go to sleep without it.
That's a random fact.
Okay.
Also weird, but
I don't listen to it though. It's literally on volume 1.
It's just there.
Yeah, it's just there. Weird, right?
That's weird.
No.
I don't get that.
Okay, the pettiest thing you'd hold a grudge for. You're someone who doesn't really hold grudges, though, aren't you?
No, not really. I'm.
You have to do something big for you to hold a
I'm
grudge.
in that stage of my life though that if I was holding a grudge, I would just. If I'm at that stage of my life that if there was something bad enough for me to really hold a grudge for, I would just cut you out because I can't be done with it. I can forgive, but I'll never forget.
Never forget.
That's
You
the
won't.
thing.
The trust won't be
But
there.
It's literally not worth my energy. And it sounds cliche, people say it all the time, but being annoyed about things and being angry with people is not worth your energy because they're not being angry with you about something, so it's not worth it.
Okay, well, I'm a petty fuck. So.
So here we go.
Yeah.
What are you petty about then, Miss Petty as fuck?
That much that I don't know. If someone's pissed me off, I literally will be blunt as fuck with them for days on end. Like, you'll know that I'm fucking for you. I do get over it, but it's not that I hold a grudge forever, but for about a week, I'm not the same with you.
You're literally like, you want them to acknowledge that they fucked you off.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And that is something, actually. If I'm pissed off at you and you know I'm pissed off at you, ask me what the issue is if I haven't already come out and said that there's an issue. But my other thing is, don't then, without acknowledging that we've had an argument, to fix the argument. Don't just act as though nothing's fucking happened. Because that makes me even more angry.
Acknowledge it. This is one thing I say all the time. Like, some stuff has happened in the past. People are so quick to blame other people or make up excuses, but I have so much respect for people that are like, I fucked up, I forgot, or like, that was me, I did it wrong, I'm so sorry, I will never
I'd rather
happen
people
again.
tell me that, they'd be like, oh no, I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, like, just straight up.
Yeah, just straight up,
Yeah, just be straight up, 100%, like, don't lie about it. I couldn't give a flying fuck, really, on the grand scheme of things.
If you're honest with me, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
If you fucked up, unless it literally puts my life in danger or my child's life in danger, it's fixable.
Yeah.
But if you lie about it, you're fucked.
Yeah, because then it just goes to show that that's who you are as a person.
And that's shit. Right, your question, go on.
I don't know how to work my phone.
Just stab myself in the head.
If you could ask any question at all and receive the absolute truth, what question would it be?
What, just to you?
Anyone. Anything. If you could ask a question to, like, the greater being, I don't know if there is one, but if you could ask a question
if I
and
could
have
ask
the
a question,
answer...
right, what is my meaning in life? Like, why am I here? What am I meant to do?
Wow, that is a really good one, because I was going to say I would want next week's lottery numbers.
Oh, but that's a good one as well.
I would want, like, the fucking jackpot, baby!
Yeah, but no, if it was, like, to the greater good, I'd be like, what am I actually going to do in this life? Because at the moment, I just feel like I'm going a bit of snail pace, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but then I think everyone's like that because of COVID.
Yeah.
Grab the nearest book and turn to page 30. The first sentence will describe your love life.
I got a book called Sumo.
I've got one called Love Is Always Mum from Mae West. The first sentence will describe your love life. They thought he was a horrible man and hated the idea of their 15-year-old daughter being involved with him. That's about Fred West, though, so maybe that's a bit...
Mine is, success is about recognising the role we play in influencing the outcomes we and others may experience by understanding the effects of our responses.
Oh, last one.
Okay.
What movie would become infinitely better with a sex scene and why?
Oh, I don't know.
It's a good question.
I don't really watch movies. I'm more into series, Grey's Anatomy. I can't even remember the last movie I watched, apart from The Holiday.
Okay, well then we'll put that one out to our listeners then.
Yeah, okay.
What movie would become infinitely better with a sex scene and why? Is there anything else that we'd like to add on this week's episode?
No, honey, I think that covers everything.
Right, well, whatever you guys get up to this weekend, make sure you don't do anything that we wouldn't do.
Which will actually be in 2 weekends' time, and the pubs will be reopened, so maybe do something that we wouldn't do.
But don't get an STI or get anyone pregnant. Unless that's what you want, then good for you.
But we wouldn't do that anyway. Oh, wait, yeah, never mind. Ha! I'm done.
I don't want to say anything, but...
Right. Never. Oh, I always get that wrong.
Always a pleasure, never a chore. Over and out. Bye.
Bye.